Be active while preparing for and taking exams. Before you take an exam, try to get as much information about it as possible. For instance, find out what kind of test it will be, multiple choice, essay, short answer, etc., what material it will cover, and how many points it is worth. When you begin studying for the exam, try to study in 1 to 2 hour time blocks to help keep your mind fresh. Also, take breaks between study sessions. Simply getting up and moving around can help refresh your mind and body. Some other pointers include: review actively. Pay attention to troublesome points or questions and ask your instructor to clarify them before the exam. For an essay exam, practice writing short paragraphs on topics covered in class. Anticipate the kinds of questions the instructor might ask. Make up a test yourself and see if you can answer the questions correctly. Set up a study group or schedule study sessions with your group if you already have one. Ask each other questions and discuss important concepts. Stay on task. This is not time for socializing. If you have to come to campus for a proctored exam, arrive a few minutes early because this helps to reduce stress. Also, be sure to bring the appropriate materials: pencils or pens, paper or blue books, calculator, a dictionary, and your text if it's an open book exam. Most likely, though, your exam will be online in Blackboard. When you access it, read the instructions carefully. The instructions will include whether or not your instructor chose to utilize any or all of the following options when creating the exam. Timed assessment. If the exam has a time limit, that limit will be stated. The elapsed time will appear at the bottom of the browser window, and a 1-minute warning will be displayed near the end of the limit. If you exceed the time limit, Blackboard tells the instructor exactly how long you took to complete the exam. Multiple attempts. Some instructors let you take an exam multiple times, most don't. If you are allowed to take the exam multiple times, only the score of your last attempt will be recorded. Force completion. If this option was chosen, you will have to complete the exam in one sitting. It cannot be resumed later. Otherwise, you can save the exam and finish it later. Backtracking prohibited. Your instructor might not allow backtracking. If this is the case, you won't be able to go back and change an answer. Before you begin answering questions, skim the entire exam. Note the types of questions, point values, and any other information the instructor might have included. If your instructor chose to present only one question at a time and prohibited backtracking, you won't be able to do this. Here are some other strategies while taking the exam. Answer the questions you're sure of first. If there are matching questions, answer the items you know first, then guess at the rest. If it's a multiple choice test, eliminate the obviously incorrect answers first. If it's a true-false test, look for keywords such as always, sometimes, never, and usually. Do some brainstorming before you begin answering essay questions. Jot down keywords, ideas, concepts, phrases. Try some free writing to loosen up. Divide up the allotted time so you'll have time to recopy, if necessary, and to proofread carefully. If you have several essay questions to answer, divide the time equally among the number of questions. For example, if you must answer 4 questions in 2 hours, limit yourself to 30 minutes per question. Try to allow yourself time at the end to double-check your answers. Make sure you have answered all the questions before clicking the Submit button. You can't inadvertently submit an exam by accidentally clicking Submit or pressing Enter on your keyboard because a dialog box will pop up asking you to confirm your submission. However, it's good practice to review your answers prior to submitting.